Hey guys, Darth Tigger here, and it is the 3rd of January. So this would be week, what, 9 or 10? Mrs. Darth Tigger is up in the window waving at everybody. And things are actually starting to move. So I don't know exactly what this pile of rock is for here, but I have a hunch. You can see that there's some tracks going into our backyard there. I'll show you when we get out back what that is. Outside is basically done, except for that trim piece up there is still not done. So they've obviously forgotten that. I'll mention that to them at the walkthrough. But inside is where lots and lots of things have happened. So we've got a month left before we're supposed to move in, if we move in on time. Oh, look. The door fixtures have all gone in. There's obviously some trim paint to do here. I honestly don't see a month's worth of work left here. So this room is essentially done, except for the floor. So the floor's got to go in there, and it looks like this room is done. And, well, that's interesting. Cut the outside's got that big one, the inside's got the small one, and they got just that little knob left. Weird. So this room looks to be done, except for the floor. And that's pretty much what you're going to find in almost all of the rooms. We got to do the floor and, the punch list stuff, very small stuff. Well, let me turn on the light here. So this room looks to be done, except for the floor and a few small things. Everywhere where you see this blue tape here, the foreman has gone through and seen problems, and that's him calling people's attention to it. So, and the foreman has seen problems pretty much everywhere where I've seen problems. So I'm pretty happy with him. He seems to be on the ball. So everything looks to be pretty much done here. The pantry. Again, everything done except the floor. And interesting that they put the rod right down to the floor there, because they're going to have to take those rods out to put the floor in, which is interesting. Kitchen. So obviously the appliances still need to go in. So this is the only place here. So you got to do the appliances. But other than that, all the finished electrical is done. All the finished plumbing is done. And the plumbing works. So the appliances and the floor. Oh, and so they put one of the lights in here, and there's still two more that they've got to finish. But honestly, that's 15 minutes work, half an hour's work for an electrician. I'm an apprentice electrician, so I know. There's something there. Weird. I don't know what that is. So let's go out back. I left the door open here for you. So they've actually done a lot out back too. If I look next door, oh, this is still off. I got to fix that. If I look next door, they haven't really done much other than that drainage system that we saw there before. But here's where the magic is happening. So they have, oh, it is a mesh. Vicky is right. It's a mesh. So they've regraded everywhere where you saw that it was built up against the fence there where it had drained away. They've pulled all of that out, and you see that brown down there. In a couple places, it was like 2 and 3 feet high that it had gone. So they regraded, resculpted it, and they've put in this mesh. Now I'm hoping that the that the rocks that are out there are going to be put on to the side of this hill here, because I think that would be the best for me. If they put those rocks there, then I won't have to mow it. I'm kind of all for not mowing it. So let's go back inside. It's actually 24, 26 degrees here right now, so it's below freezing. For my friends in Canada, it's like -3. I'm going to lock that. Oh, I'll come back later and do that. So the living room, great room, is done. And the rough-in for the TV that I've been talking about is finally done. So it's pretty much done. Oh, there's one receptacle out. They must have had a problem with that. So the electrician obviously has to come in one more time. There's a problem, a small problem upstairs I'll tell you about in a bit too. The rough-in for the refrigerator seems to be done, including the water, which is a good thing. Our closet here, so that's actually crooked. It's not level, so we'll have to get them to level that. But essentially, except for the floor, again, it's done. And obviously the punch list stuff still has to be done, but you'll notice he's put blue tape all the way along, which means he knows. Oh, hello, that's cracking too. That's not good. Huh. There's a problem there. Huh. So, a couple little things, and let's go out into the garage. They've cleaned up the garage. So, like I've been saying, the cars will probably come up to about here. And I can't see them coming up much further than that. Which means that the rest of that, so basically from that crack right there up, that's going to be my workshop. And it's nice and cleaned up. That's our homeowner's kit that they've left us here, just with little samples and pieces of stuff to try and make sure that everything will be fine in the house. If there's a problem, we can fix it ourselves. So this is basically done. Oh, we didn't do the, I didn't show you this yet. So the powder room, this powder room is basically done. I don't really see anything else that has to happen in here. So that's good. And again, water's on. Now, the lights here are off. And I checked earlier, there's a breaker that's been tripped. And I went downstairs and I turned it on, and it immediately went off again. So there's a problem with the electrical system on that circuit somewhere. And that circuit is just these lights and the bathroom. So, laundry room is done. There's nothing left to do in there. The bonus rooms are done except for the floor, and that's kind of the theme throughout the entire place. Everything is done except for the floor. And the final punch list. This is the spare room, which is done except for the floor. They're going to have to fix the track on the bottom there once they get the floor done. They got the actual grate for the furnace in there now. The bathroom up here is essentially done. They still have the problems with the drawers and stuff there. But I mean, that's minor fit and finish stuff. Everything else here is done. Everything here is done. And done. Like, there's nothing left to do in here that I can see. Oh, another one. Notice the blue tape everywhere there's a problem, which is great. I love it. My computer room is done. Oh, well, that's not too bad. So there's one receptacle there, one receptacle there, one receptacle there, which will make it better. They're probably all in the same circuit, which, well, whatever. The sewing room is done, except for the floor. The closet is done, except for the floor. Nice light. Did I tear the eyes out of your head? Master bedroom is done, except for the floor. Master bathroom, couple of little things still, but they're, so close to being done. Now, I don't know if you can see this here. Can you see the scratches in the bottom of the tub? I'm going to keep an eye on that to see if they can fix that for the walkthrough. But there's a bunch of scratches on the bottom of that tub that I don't like, and there's some sort of a. I think that's just a pencil mark. That should be okay. But it's there's a big one there. I don't know if you can see that well. Oh, I can feel that. Oh, I can feel that bad. So, there might... Oh, wow. I don't know. Can you see that? Oh, that... I don't know. So there is stuff here. I'm going to keep a close eye on this. They got a few things they got to fix on the walls and stuff here. That's looking nice, eh? Now there's still we noticed this a couple of weeks ago, and I'm noticing it even more now, so this is at one level, and then it kind of bows out here to the next. And this is why, and that's not, shouldn't be able to catch my, oh, here, let me turn on the light again. There we go. So this bows out about, I'd say at least 1/8, if not 1/4 of an inch. And then I shouldn't be able to catch my there like that. That means that this is out about 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch further than this is. And it's exactly the same all on both sides. Let me just see. Actually, you know what? The back is pretty good here, although here I got the opposite problem right there. So this wasn't the best job. Like, there's definitely problems here, and I will tell them about it, but I'm not going to make a big stink about this. It's not the end of the world, and I want to get into my new house, so, which has already been delayed. And the bowling alley is done, except for the floor. And like I said, that's pretty much the same thing all throughout the place. So, there, look at that. Here, I'll turn that off so you can see me. There we go. So, yeah, like I was saying about the bathroom, I turned the breaker on and it immediately tripped. So there's a problem in here somewhere that they're going to have to fix. But other than that, a couple of small punch list things. The floors are the only thing left to do. And I don't see that being a month's worth of work, which is how long that they've got before we can get into the place, supposedly. So I believe we should be in by February 2nd, which is what they promised us. I'm hoping, knock on wood. So, like I said, this has been, was it week 9, week 10, something like that? This is the 2nd of January, 2016. So, thanks for coming on this journey with us, and we'll see you guys next time.